Environmentalism is all the rage right now. But Mother Nature doesn't always play ball. Winter comes whether there's wind enough or not to power the turbines. And when it's freezing cold, no one actually cares if gas and coal aren't green. Energy prices are skyrocketing in Europe, and environmental initiatives seem to only be making things worse. The fact that wind farms are useless when there's no wind is a big problem for the likes of the UK, for example, where they're supposed to produce around 20% of the country's energy supply. So it's back to dirtier forms of power.
I think it's a good lesson that we need to learn, that fossil fuels are still needed in the energy mix in order to back up renewable energy. Because if we continue to remove all the baseload capacity that is coming from sources like gas, coal, and nuclear, without having something that can back up the intermittency of wind and solar, then we will be having tight situations like the one that we're experiencing at the moment.
Take the current unreliability of wind and solar, add the increased demand and low supply of coal and natural gas throughout the continent, plus all the carbon permit fees for coal producers, and you've got a perfect recipe for an energy crisis. But somehow no one saw it coming. Not a good start for what the likes of Ursula von der Leyen say will be a defining era for environmentalism.
It is a pleasure to welcome you to this conference on the make or break decade for climate action. The next 10 years might be a turning point, first and foremost for global CO2 emissions.
Good luck with that. 3 months after she said that, and EU lawmakers are already extending subsidies for fossil fuel gas until 2027. All the while, the EU Energy Commission insists that it had nothing to do with the crisis.
The current increase in energy prices has little to do with our climate policies and much more to do with our dependence on volatile foreign fossil fuels.
Right. And the price of EU coal permits, which have more than doubled over the past 2 years, probably also had nothing to do with the current situation. But higher coal prices and a shortage of supply isn't just affecting Europe right now. China is also having a hard time with the whole environmentally friendly approach to energy. Large sectors of the country's industry have been crippled by energy shortages, and regions are being forced to ration power, with Chinese governments calling for an increase in coal imports. And we're not even into winter yet. Going green is trendy and it sounds nice, but in reality, we're a long way off before it's actually practical. Until then, it seems non-green energy sources are here to stay. Trying to limit them without thinking of the consequences is simply a recipe for disaster.
At the moment, we have to state that physically it's impossible to get rid of all the fossil fuel sources for energy production. If we did not skip now nuclear power production and a little later on energy production from coal, we could maybe use less natural gas. But natural gas seems to be the major backbone solution for providing a stable energy production. And with natural gas, you can quickly lift up energy production levels when wind stops blowing, when it's dark.